Trump is not making a deal with Iran. It turns out you can't negotiate with these people. Who could have seen that coming? Libtards are self-destructing all over the place. They've learned that from the Muslim migration, and they say that diversity isn't our greatest strength. Spain is completely conquered. The West is in absolute shambles. We got gigantic levels of Hollywood meltdowns everywhere. So lock in, boys and girls. We got a wild ride today. The dumbest people are finding out, and we are here to literally celebrate and laugh at them. Literally the greatest job in the world is what I would say if I was getting paid. I'm fully demonetized on YouTube. If you want to support me on Patreon, that would be great. If you want to watch my videos on Rumble or my streams on Kick, that would be fantastic. But for now, lock in and let's dive right into it. Hashtag free Palpatine. The Donald dropped a bomb, literally, but also metaphorically. Iranian leadership is unbelievably duplicitous. They ask for a meeting, some would say beg. Talks begin with more scheduled in the immediate future, and they say openly and proudly they're not having discussions. That nothing is being talked about, and that they're only dealing with Oman. They then go on to give their usual blather in saying the Strait of Hormuz will be powerfully operated by them, when it is already completely controlled by the United States Navy and our blockade, or as some say, the United States wall of steel. Nothing gets through to Iran unless we want to. Bro, we're going to send in a Trojan goat. It's going to be crazy. And nothing will get through unless a deal or total surrender is accomplished. That's the options. That's the options. We're done playing footsie with these people. Whether Iran wants to admit it or not, we are in fact talking of a solution to a problem that they have caused for decades. It is very simple. Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Now, my personal stance is we can't actually negotiate with these people, and I think Trump has the same idea. I think Trump is just kind of delaying things. More shipments will get there. We'll restock our missiles, our Patriots, and our anti-aircraft missiles. Not our anti-aircraft missiles, but our missiles. All right, you'll see. 15 ships went through the Strait of Hormuz yesterday, by the way. All right, for those of you that are unaware. So the answer is, yeah, we do actually control the strait. We control the strait. We obliterated their entire military and navy. We're winning in every possible metric. And Donald is just openly talking about World War III.
So we had an attack that would be the biggest attack since World War II. And it would have been disastrous for them, and they didn't want us to do so.
So they were begging and pleading for a deal because they knew that they were about to, quote, a whole civilization will die tonight. Then, you know, Tucker Carlson faints in the audience. Oh, no, he made fun of Allah. I can't believe he would make fun of Allah. Yeah, all right, dude. The Quran literally says that Satan lives in your nose and he sneaks in when you're sleeping. So Muslims have to wash their nose to get Satan out in the morning. All right, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, whatever they're up to, it's a different game, okay? That's all I have to say. It's a different game. I'm doing a full deep dive on the Quran on my Patreon, actually. I cannot put it on YouTube. So Pete Hegg says, fact, the Department of War was ready to go and remains ready at levels not seen since World War II. Or as Ilhan Omar calls it, World War 11. Bro, our enemies are literally the dumbest people of all time, and they're only surviving because of our benevolence. Do you understand this? Do you understand this? Our enemies are actual low IQ dipshits, okay? And we just don't annihilate them because we're so tolerant. It's unreal. Like, they are doing their absolute best to destroy us, and we are doing everything in our power not to destroy them. And we're still winning. Do you understand how insane this is? Anyway, the United States wall of steel, says Pete Hegseth.
Captain, you are requested to alter course to 190. If you do not comply, we will compel compliance with force. This is Warship 4-5. We will monitor your course for compliance at this time. Warship 4-5 standing by on 16 out. Captain, you are requested to alter course to 190. If you do not comply, we will...
Yeah, so in other words, you move or we move you. We are very benevolent, by the way, for those of you that are unaware. In fact, we literally could genocide the entire region if we wanted to, and we would literally have no repercussions. We could do that. We're not doing that, and I'm not advocating for it. But I am saying that we could do it. And the reason why we didn't do that is because we're nice. I want that to be clear. Every time you see a Muslim guy basically say, actually, our civilization is better because our women are not whores and because you people are simps and there's perversion in society, you literally exist on our benevolence. Okay? Never forget that. I just want to make that clear for a second. Anyway, the Donald had this to say about the Iran talks.
So where are the Iran talks, and what are your
Well,
requirements
you'll find
right
out
now?
today or tomorrow. I mean, they're going to go quickly, one way or the other. It's not very complex. We're talking about the strait, the opening of the strait, having it open literally by tomorrow, completely open. And that's phase one. And phase two is we then will talk about the nuclear.
We will cut off all food from entering Iran except for bacon. More on that later.
Capacity, the nuclear, as we've been mentioned. Basically, it's, I think,
We will send in goats with pressurized landmines inside of their anuses. Why would we do that, Mr. President? You'll see.
Denuclearization of Iran has to happen. And that'll be the second phase. But the first phase is the opening of the straits. The second phase will be the denuclearization, and that'll take a little while.
Yeah.
But we're very strong on it. They cannot have a nuclear weapon. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
And again, I've said this before, but could you imagine needing to deal with opening the Strait of Hormuz while Iran has a nuke? Like, it's just an unfathomable perspective. So the Donald, he gives them the final word. This is it.
I think we're going to maybe get something, but I want to give them every last chance before decapitation.
Uh-oh.
Very tough to do what we have.
I think Donald Trump is truly a humanitarian. Why is he even getting involved trying to make peace between Russia and Ukraine? He just doesn't want senseless death. So he, the humanitarian that he truly is, he is out there being like, listen, guys, I really don't want to end your entire civilization. Just give us all the things. And they're terrorists that literally view themselves as a death cult where they believe that if they die for Allah, they get to go to heaven and have sex with children for eternity. That is literally their ideology. All right. So the truth of the matter is, we can never make a deal with them. My stance is actually, you gotta obliterate these guys. All right. You have to actually freaking win, man. All right. And I'm so tired of making believe because some homosexuals wrote laws based on spit and duct tape that actually you're not allowed to win any wars. Actually,
Still planned. We'll see what happens, but it's a very, very tough thing to do. I think I'm very proud of the fact that I'll give people a chance. This is a big move. To do an attack that big on a country, I'd rather not do it. Now, we've already, through lots of large attacks, but they
want a nuke, we'll give them a nuke. They want to see Allah, we'll show them Allah.
Normal large.
Shout out to Allah, by the way, for deciding to take Palestine and give it to the Jews. Shout out to Allah.
Hopefully they'll come to their senses, because what happened cannot have a nuclear weapon, but hopefully they'll come to their senses. So they called me and they said, please don't attack, we'll make a deal. That's the real truth, and everyone knows it. And who wouldn't call?
Yep.
And they found out through leaks and sleazebags. A lot of sleazebags, leakers. Leakers should be
We're going to talk about the leakers in just a minute.
Put in jail. They have to strengthen up the laws for leakers.
I totally agree. I think we actually need better treason laws.
But in this case, leakers helped because they said the severity of the attack. And
like, I'm tired of the idea that we could have insurrections in our streets, people throwing bricks at cops and shit like that, and these people aren't literally publicly removed. I can't say more on YouTube, but you understand. You understand what I'm saying.
Iran knew it. They knew what was coming. It was going to come last night, and it would have gone on for a long time, and there'd be essentially very little left. There'd be nothing left. And if I'm given a chance to let a lot of people live, I want to give that chance.
We are going to use them and hook them up to the Neuralink. They think they're going to have sex with children in heaven forever, but they will have eternity in Elon Musk's servers. We will Hunger Games them, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be incredible. It'll be amazing. Alien versus Predator. All of the aliens that we have in our country and all of the predators that marry children in Iran, they will be gathered in a gigantic amphitheater. They will get Hunger Games. It'll be truly incredible. All of the costs that we have spent on this war will be recuperated by the greatest sporting event of all time, human battery. Human batteries for the losers. The victor gets to immigrate To Spain. We get to send them to Spain. Whoever wins goes to Spain, ladies and gentlemen. It's truly a fantastic time. It's a pay-per-view event. Pay-per-view. It'll be good. They'll have weapons, obviously. President Donald Trump says this is the last chance for Iran. This is an image of Donald Trump. This is an image of a incapacitated, comatose homosexual. So the best part is, currently, the anti-Jew sentiment has gotten pretty hilarious, I have to say. Again, one of my favorite things on the internet is the anti-Semite community, as I call them. I actually don't really care about like racism and anti-Semitism and stuff. It's just not something that ever affected me. You probably think that, oh my God, Nux, you're a horrible person for noticing things. Yeah. Anyway, so Yair Netanyahu, this is the son of Benjamin Netanyahu, tweeted in 2019, let's make a deal. We won't fund NGOs in your country calling you to give away Ceuta and Melilla in Spain, and you stop funding NGOs in our country that calls us to give away Judea and Samaria to Palestine. All right, so he made this tweet in 2019, and I have to say, bro, the Goyim are not taking this very well. Jews are basically 90s comic book villains. They can't resist a good 10-minute rant explaining their whole plan to the hero. What is the plan? You think that because the son of Netanyahu, all right, 7 years ago is like, hey, can you stop advocating for us to give our country away to Muslims? That means that somehow the Jews are manipulating the Muslims to conquer Spain. Like, you have to understand what this means. You see, a lot of different people have interesting superpowers, all right? Like, obviously, Magneto, he can, like, control metal and shit. Or like, Spider-Man has the ability to peep on women upside down on the outside of buildings. And Jews can control Muslims' minds, right? Muslims, as you know, don't actually have agency. This is a real thing. Jews have incredible mind control powers that can manipulate Muslims en masse. All right, only like when there's like 50,000 of them at a time. All right, and the Jews literally telepathically transport the Muslim bioweapon from country to country. Except for the Muslims that are surrounding Israel, which are constantly trying to kill them. Right? Aside from those Muslims that are all like declaring wars on the Jews and stuff, like they have control of all the other Muslims. There's a proximity situation. You know, that's just how it works. Now, obviously, that's just life, I suppose. Now, as you can see, this over here is a very good take. That Jews are basically just the 90s comic book villains. They can't resist a good explanation of the plan, I guess. Now, the greatest quote. Me after studying Kabbalah in 1 hour. Yeah, this is me. This is literally me as a Jew studying the Kabbalah, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that are unaware, this is how it works. Now, a reporter asked the Presidente, why is the U.S. intervening to support the Japanese yen at this time?
Because we have a good relationship with Japan. We're very strong, very, very strong financially. They are, they have a weakening yen, and they wanted a little bit of help, and we're always there for Japan. Japan's been very good to us, with the exception, of course, of Pearl Harbor.
With the exception of Pearl Harbor. Bro leans in, he makes a funny joke.
They were not good.
What is the U.S. getting out of it?
Except for Pearl Harbor, Japan's great. True. It's the USS Liberty of Japan, I guess. So anyway, Donald Trump called out leakers. All right, he said people leaked the Iran strike plans, as I showed you before. And suspiciously, at the very same time, Tucker Carlson is announcing that the United States government may be preparing to arrest him through a CIA criminal referral. Weird.
The CIA is preparing some kind of criminal referral against me, a crime report.
Weird.
To the Department of Justice on the basis of a supposed crime I committed. What's that crime? Well,
let's go.
Talking to people in Iran
just talking to people in Iran?
Or the war.
Just talking to me. He was just talking to people in Iran. They want to arrest me for talking to people in Iran? But I love Iranians. I love their culture. I love how they marry children. Not that I would do it myself. I'm a Christian. I would never marry a child. But they marry children, and it's very respectable. Their birthright is actually pretty good. You have to understand that they're a very conservative nation. Their women aren't on OnlyFans. Yeah, they're married when they're 4, but, I was just talking to people in Iran.
They read my texts. So the crime under consideration apparently would be the Foreign Agent Act or something like that.
Foreign Agent Act? That's a real thing. I was only talking to Iranians about a war. All right, dude.
As an agent of a foreign power. And I don't expect this to go anywhere. I'm not too worried about an actual criminal case against me for a bunch of reasons. One, I'm not an agent of a foreign power. Unlike a lot of people commenting on U.S. politics and global affairs, I have only one loyalty, and that's the United States, and have never acted against it. Its interests are the only
His
interests
best friend is Putin, and he also has a house in Qatar, by the way.
I care about.
And also his father's a CIA agent.
I'm from here, and I have a lot of kids.
Wow.
So that's not a concern. I've also never taken money from anybody.
See, this is funny because this is a known lie. Trita Parsi, I think his name is, an actual Iranian billionaire, gave him $15 million after he was fired from Fox News. So that is a real fact. That is a confirmed fact. And that's aside from all the potential, Qatar connections, goes to Russia to sniff the bread in supermarkets there. Right? So just letting you know.
Don't need it, don't want it, and that's provable. And moreover, it's my job to talk to everybody all the time and try and figure out what's
It's my job to talk to people. Why would they try to arrest me for talking to people? Yeah, I don't think they're coming after you for talking to people, dude.
happening around the world. That's literally what I do for a living. And I'm not going to stop doing that. Nor should I don't think. I'm also an American. I can talk to anybody. I have no.
Yeah. Not if you're delivering them secrets or leaks or anything like that. Let's just understand. All right. So I love how he just makes believe he doesn't understand things. Like it's truly incredible. Like this is like talking to a leftist. This is Takia Carlson at his absolute best. All right. They would arrest me for talking to people. What's wrong with talking to people? I'm American. Americans are allowed to talk to anybody they want. I love talking to people. Talking to people is so fantastic, actually. All right, dude. Yeah. Anyway, go fuck yourself, sir. And bro's terrified. Anyway, so Hasan had this deep political analysis regarding the invasion from Morocco into Spain.
Earlier, you mentioned Morocco. What do you mean Israel caused it? Israel and America got the Moroccan government to send like 40,000 people into Spanish-administered
We've already established that Jews can mind control Muslims, specifically Muslims that are not like on their border.
territory.
That's true.
It's not even on some conspiracy shit either.
And by the way, notice what he says.
Like 40,000 people into Spanish-administered territory.
Spanish-administered territory. So let's just understand. He supports the invasion. He doesn't believe that the Spanish-administered territory is actually Spain. All right? Just understand. All right? So he supports the invasion. He supports the mass migration. He supports infinite foreigners and Muslims coming into all these Western countries. But simultaneously, he's blaming the Jews. It's truly the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my entire life. He's like, yeah, the Great Replacement theory is real, but it's a good thing, actually. But the Jews are still the bad guys somehow. All right? Like, you have to understand exactly what we're dealing with. He's like, yeah, we are a literal Jewish bioweapon that is being wrought upon Western civilization. Yeah, I know. Diversity is our greatest strength. But also, we are literally all parasites. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Community Note's incredible. But one second.
It's not even on some conspiracy
It's not even a
shit
conspiracy.
either. Like the New York Times is openly covering it as such. You know what I mean?
Right. The New York Times is openly covering it as such, except it's not. The New York Times reports Moroccan police urged migrants to cross into Ceuta amid social media rumors of an open border, does not attribute involvement to Israel or the U.S. Like, literally, that's not true. He's like, you could just look it up. You could just look up the New York Times. The New York Times doesn't say that. Now, if you want to see one of the most brutal ratios, I think, in the history of the world, here we got 1,000 likes, 1 million views on the tweet. It's crazy watching this happen. Now, in the biggest twist of all time, the horseshoe is truly horseshoeing. You got Nick Fuentes having exactly the same take.
Well, it's very obvious to see. The reason Republicans support the invasion of the Spanish cities is they're doing this.
By the way, I don't think anyone supporting the invasion into the Spanish cities. I just want to make this clear. All right? No one's actually supporting the invasion into the Spanish cities. People are laughing that the left-wing Spanish government is literally opening their borders to infinite cannibals coming from the third world into their country. People are noticing that the absolutely dumbass commies that are running Spain, who are constantly condemning Israel for closing their borders and condemning America for using ICE to deport illegals, and they literally gave citizenship to 500,000 illegals. By the way, the term illegal alien is like, it's a fake term made by idiots to manipulate you. They're invaders, all right? Like, those guys, to be clear, were laughing at how tragic this is. No one is supporting it.
On behalf of Israel.
On behalf of Israel.
They're promoting Morocco's core security interests, punishing Spain at the
How the
expense.
fuck is Israel doing this? How is Israel doing this, man? Wait, Israel is getting Morocco to invade Spain? Like, brother.
Of their core security interests.
Someone in my chat just said there's multiple Israeli diplomats on Twitter supporting it. Not a single Israeli diplomat on Twitter is supporting it. They are laughing at Spain because Spain is constantly talking about how Israel has to give the Palestinians that are invading Israel dignity. And Israel's politicians are like, Spain has to give the Moroccan invaders dignity. It's a gigantic meme, and it is wild watching people fall for this. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that the Israelis that are saying that shit are dumb as fuck. All right, bro, what are you doing? That's one. That's. I'm not defending the Jews on this one. I made an entire deep dive on my Patreon on why I think the Jews were a little dumbass about this. However, I want to make it very clear: laughing at leftoid idiots is not supporting the invasion of Spain.
Because Spain is an adversary of Israel and Morocco is a security ally of Israel. And we know this because the State Department did the same thing in 2020. As part of the...
Anyway, so basically, hilariously enough, Hasan and Nick Fuentes, both with zero evidence, because there is no evidence that Israel is manipulating 50,000 Moroccan invaders to invade Spain. Again, Spain, the country that just gave citizenship to 500,000 people to steal elections, okay? All right? So just want to make that clear. So with no evidence at all, aside from tweets of Israeli politicians laughing at Spain for being absolute dumbasses, we got Nick Fuentes and Hasan Piker with exactly the same take. Is that not absolutely incredible? Oh my God, it's wild. In fact, one of the funniest updates in the history of the world. We got Sayed Mohammed Marandi saying the Moroccan regime is simply a tool of Netanyahu and Trump. They are punishing Spain for supporting Palestine. So Muslim migration is a punishment? Moroccan storming Spain is not about immigration to Europe. It's about control over a strategic piece of land in Africa. The Moroccans didn't swim all the way to the Spanish mainland. They crossed over the land and sea to Ceuta, which is controlled, the Strait of Gibraltar, from the hands of Spain. Lest it close like the Hormuz. This is Israel punishing Spain. And Morocco is controlled by Israel. Brother. Nope. And next, Susan Al-Bouala. All right. Nope. This was completely engineered by the U.S., Israel, and Morocco. This is how Sanchez in Spain is punished. Every single Muslim who supports mass Islamic migration is also admitting that Muslim migration is a punishment. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Oh my God. It's diabolical. Shadow, thanks for the 5 subs. All right. Jews, basically 90s comic book villains. Me, after studying Kabbalah for 1 hour, immediately manipulating 50 to 80,000 Muslims to storm the beaches of Ceuta in Spain. Now, again, in true unbelievable fashion, we got Sneeko out here thinking that Benjamin Netanyahu is controlling Elon Musk through blackmail to get him deported.
And here's Benjamin Netanyahu. Anyone saying deport Sneeko right now, you stupid idiots. I see them in the TTS too. Yeah, I'm going to wear a shirt that says deport Sneeko. Oh, I really owned him. You fucking retard. Stop for cursing. Look at Benjamin Netanyahu saying this.
Oh my God,
Netanyahu
he mentioned Elon Musk.
Talks to Elon Musk all the time. Elon Musk is the one who started deport Sneeko. What do you think Netanyahu and Elon Musk are talking about?
Probably deporting Sneeko. That's what I have to say. I think Elon Musk, who, by the way, for the record, is a very busy man, dealing with a lot of things. And Netanyahu, by the way, he's dealing with wars and shit. Like, I don't know if you're aware there were wars and stuff. And these two guys decided that they are going to convene for brunch twice a week to talk specifically about deporting a gay Haitian. Yep, I think that's realistic, actually, personally. I think that's real. Now, academics accidentally leaked that Sneeko was eating pork off stream.
I want a burger. Make sure you got a little cheese on it and shit like that.
Cheddar?
Okay, yeah.
Do you want bacon as well, or?
Yeah, of course.
Wait, hold on, I don't eat pork.
I just turned Muslim, so I need that bacon on it.
What?
You eat bacon?
Huh? Yeah, I'm on Sneeko shit.
Muslims don't eat pork.
Sneeko eat bacon.
No, he doesn't.
On stream, you don't.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, he only eats it off stream. Oh man, that's truly diabolical. Anyway, Asmongold comes in with the greatest take. He used to be Asmongoy, but he has evolved. He is now Asmon Goldstein, and we will respect him as such.
Everything is Israel. All issues, all problems, all events, everything is connected to Israel.
That's true.
This is the new safe, edgy thing that every retard believes. Like, if they keep this up, I might have to start supporting Israel.
Oh man!
Just to counter signal these goyim.
Man.
In a completely non-religious way, by the way. Like, these people are goyim in a non-religious. They're natural slaves. That's it. We're very close. Yeah, I might have to start supporting Israel if this keeps going on, man. I'm going to become Israeli. Yeah, I feel like I'm becoming spiritually Israeli the more that I start seeing these people talk this way. I'm starting to understand where those rabbis were coming from.
Listen, I am just saying that I want Israeli policies regarding their border in Western nations, where, yes, we do maintain some sort of greater ethnic majority. All right. If we lived in a country that literally did not suffer the morons invading our countries, okay, they would bomb the shit out of these people that are trying to invade our nations. We would stop them. We would have borders. We would have security. We would deport these motherfuckers. We would throw them in a cell if they invade our nation. The end, period. There's nothing to talk about. All right. We don't need to have these discussions. All right. We won't recognize gay marriage. That was a side quest. We also, like, imagine this, man. Imagine if 78% of our country was white Christians. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine if that was the case? We'd be living in paradise. We'd be living in paradise. So anyway, anywho, the point that I'm trying to make is very simple. This Spain thing, actually, it even one-shotted the high IQ anti-Semites, and that is truly a sad day for me personally, because I always like watching the Civil War, and it's really sad. Now, again, I think that Nick Fuentes is right about a lot of things, but dude, he got one-shotted by this one. I'm not gonna lie. And the actual best part is just all the Muslim accounts on Twitter being like, "No, we are a Jewish bioweapon that is being wrought upon Western nations. We are literally parasites controlled by the Jews." Bro, that was easily my greatest thing of all time. You got Muslims literally saying, "We are, inshallah, all of Europe will become Muslim," but at the same time saying, "We are literally slaves of Jew mind control, guys." Dude, that is easily my favorite twist of all time. Now, as the Jews continue controlling the Moroccan hordes that are invading Spain, men fleeing from war bring their families. Men going to war leave them behind. Allahu Akbar. Yeah, so these are the guys that are refugees, bro, refugees. Now, let me just remind you quickly, there is no war in Morocco. These are invaders. They're not refugees. They're not asylum seekers. They're not illegal aliens. They are invaders. They're not migrants. They didn't go to an embassy and get paperwork done, okay? They are invading to conquer Spain because, well, Muslims have been trying to conquer Europe for the last 1,300 years. So this is not surprising at all for anyone that knows any bit of history. Now, the difference between now and the past 1,300 years is now there are leftist governments in Europe that are letting it happen. Muslim invaders chanting Allahu Akbar have overtaken the streets of Ceuta, Spain. And your favorite left is going to say, "What, you have something issues with? They're just saying God is great. They're just saying God is great, guys." Bruh. Oh, and look at the police. Wow, it's so nice that there are police there to just let it all happen. They're also controlled by the Jews, by the way. I don't know if you're aware. So yeah, that's just what we're dealing with. Yeah, the conquistadors got conquistadored, baby. Muslim invaders in Ceuta are burning the countryside as they take over the streets. Well, they're just looking for a better life, guys. What are you complaining about? What are you complaining about? What are you complaining about? So anyway, I covered this yesterday, but Nick Shirley literally went there to Ceuta today to look into everything that's going on. And apparently it's insane. This is a crazy situation right now. Pedro Sanchez, gracias. Pedro Sanchez, thank you so much for being a communist piece of shit that's letting all of us invade your nation to rape you. Let's go. And if you could look right there in the distance, you see Benjamin Netanyahu with a mind control device, controlling the hordes to invade. Now, I'm obviously making a joke, making fun of Hasan Piker, who simultaneously says that Muslim migration is good, but also Muslims are a bioweapon controlled by the Jews.
Do you think it will take vigilantes to actually make a difference here inside of Europe?
I'm the first vigilante here. They're gonna fear me.
Oh, damn.
Now they're all coming down.
Every Muslim on Twitter celebrating the invasion and simultaneously blaming the Jews. It's crazy.
Walk down the mountain right now. Here in Spain, they received over 60,000 migrants who came across from the Moroccan border into the country of Spain. This is mainland Spain right behind me. However, right now I'm heading over to Ceuta, which is actually a town in Spain. However, it is on the African continent. There's a few towns that are part of Spain that are on the African continent, and
Sneeko be like, oh, hey, my viewer count in Spain went up.
Ceuta is one of them. Literally over 60,000 migrants came across their border. And a lot of people are wondering what actually happened. So therefore, we're heading there right now to see it for ourselves. These migrants quite literally...
I was literally told by so many people, don't trust the propaganda. Don't trust Fox News. Well, now we're getting boots on the ground journalism, baby. Mostly peaceful invaders coming from a culture that marries children.
Over by the truckloads into Spain, and people are wondering if it's a coordinated attack or if it was just the Moroccans that were coming over and seeking for a better life, or if it was an actual invasion. And just recently in April, the Prime Minister of Spain came out with a plan to give over 500,000 migrants legal status here.
Those are not migrants, they are invaders. Don't fall for the lies. They literally manipulate language to control you. I'm not killing a baby. I'm aborting a fetus. Yeah, all right, dude. Yeah, okay, sure. I'm not pro-death. I'm pro-choice. Yeah, okay. All right, sure, got it. Cool. You're pro-infanticide? Very nice. Anyway, they do this every single time to manipulate you, okay? There's no such thing as free healthcare. There's healthcare for poor people paid by you. All right? Understand, every single term that they come up with is manipulated already to convince you. All right? I'm just being real. So just conceding that they should be called migrants is insane. It is insane.
Side of the country.
Again, I made an entire deep dive on my Patreon what I would do about this, and what the Bible says about stuff like this. If you want to see that, you can. I can't not say it on YouTube, though.
Right now, we're heading over to Ceuta to see it for ourselves. We'll be speaking with the migrants themselves, with the Spaniards, and we'll even be going to the border to see what actually happened here inside this town. And right now, if you are not subscribed to the channel, we're so close to 2 million subscribers. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and now let's see what is actually happening. Here we go. Now to start, I met up with citizen vigilante by the name Mancia, who saw and predicted that the migrants were coming just days before, and now let's go see what is happening. We've arrived now, and we're here with Mancia. Mancia's from here in Spain. Right now we have a group of men right here. Look, they're covering up their faces. Eres de Morocco? You from Morocco?
Bro, covering his face because he doesn't want them to know they might deport him. Little does he know they won't deport him. They'll make him a citizen.
¿Por qué vinieron aquí a España?
No hablar mucho. Trabajo.
Oh, we don't speak Spanish. We're just here to work.
Trabajando, no carteles,
Nice.
no ladrones. Cruzaste nadando. Nadando. Okay. These people don't want to leave. They want to go to Europe. They want to go to Spain. So that's their mission here. That's why they crossed by swimming.
On July 31st was the day when...
Isn't it crazy that they don't even like think that there's anything wrong with this? They're just like, holy shit, we could conquer their country just like our ancestors wanted us to, and they let us do it. This is literally what they're saying. Like, you don't understand. Like, these guys are like, statistically, on average, an 80-something IQ. All right, that's according to the world IQ statistics map. Okay, and like a lot of people think they're dumb. We're dumb. We are so fucking stupid for letting this happen to ourselves in all of our nations. All right, look at this shit. Look at this shit.
Quite literally 60,000 people came across, and right now a lot of those young men have returned back to...
And by the way, of course this happens. Literally, the guy in charge Sanchez, the guy in charge of the country, is pro-Hamas. All right, pro-literally invaders and rapists. He's literally pro-invader rapist. Bro. So it's like, why are we even surprised that he's letting this happen to his country? Pedro Sanchez, rotten shit. He's selling his country to the Mohammedans.
Morocco, but now you just have groups of these men walking around this town, just like this one right here.
These groups are creating insecurity. The military are here as well.
This is Morocco.
He said one thing. He said, this is Morocco.
Yeah, and he's also pro-Iran. True, good point. Yeah, he's pro-Iran. He doesn't pay NATO. He's part of NATO, even though he doesn't pay. We pay for his defense. He doesn't let us use his airspace when we're at war. Like, again, this guy is super fucking moron levels of leftoid, and he's letting this happen to himself. All right, and a lot of people are noticing and being like, well, womp womp, that's what you get when you're a radical leftist. Your country dies. And now all of a sudden that means that Trump and Israel are mind controlling the Muslim hordes to invade.
One of them said, this is Morocco because they think this is Morocco, but Spain, this has been Spanish since 400 years. 400 years before Morocco got his independence. So it doesn't make any sense. But still they say this is Morocco.
Let me explain. All right, I am doing a full Islamic deep dive of the Quran on my Patreon right now. Let me explain. In Islam, every piece of land on the planet has one of two names. It's either under the house of God or it's under the house of war. Under the house of God is everything that was been owned by Muslims at some point at all in history. And the house of God and the house of war are the areas that have not yet ever been conquered by Muslims. So, for example, the United States of America is considered the house of war. They are already considered at war with us in America because they didn't take us yet. Now, anywhere that was at one point conquered by Muslims is called the house of God, and they have to take it back for God if they don't have it. So that includes Ceuta in Spain or Israel because, Muslims conquered it when they under the Ottoman Empire. So anywhere that was at any point conquered by Muslims is considered the house of God, and therefore they have a religious obligation to reconquer it. This is literally in their holy book, okay? So, yes, they don't care. All right, and they'll use your words against you, and they'll tell you you're a colonizer when they are the biggest colonizers ever. Look at the people in Morocco. They literally come from Medina. They're Arabs. How did they get to Morocco?
It's the first stop for most migrants to head up into the rest of Europe.
Yes, this is the main door, the main gate. Yeah.
And right now we're heading to the border. Here we go. We've made it here to the border, and a lot of these migrants are actually now going back to Morocco. So for instance, right here we have a group of Moroccans that are now going back to Morocco. So right here is where they all came into the country.
I love how there's literally no repercussions for them doing this. Like, they invade the country, even the ones going back, they're like, all right, whatever, this was fun, I'm just gonna go back. No punishment, no repercussions. This is literally a foreign invader. All right, under Bible law, they would be executed or enslaved. All right, like there is no reason why they should just be returned to do this again later when they want to.
Right now, they're going back to Morocco. Now there are still thousands upon thousands of migrants out inside the city, and we'll be finding them in just a moment. However, it's super important for you guys to understand exactly what happened at the border. So this is the border right now. We do have some people that are turning themselves in, and now they're saying just go back to Morocco. And it looks like you guys do have some floaties out now to stop people from coming in. Were those there before?
The thing is, I don't understand why they didn't put this before when this started. Why now? Why now? That's my question.
Do you think it was coordinated to let them all come in that day?
It's coordinated because I cannot imagine a country like Morocco, which is investing heavily in cybersecurity, in military, how these people can get out of control in this country. It's unbelievable. Nobody can believe this is not coordinated.
You guys are going back to Morocco?
Yes. ¿Cuándo viniste aquí?
Ask them why they came here and what's the situation like in Morocco.
They came thinking that they will have work and food here, and there is not, so they go back.
How come everyone came in flip-flops?
They're not even getting deported by the government. They're like, we came, we invaded your country, we thought we could get free shit, we weren't able to, we're going back home.
¿Por qué todos vinieron aquí en chanclas?
Viva Harraga! Viva Harraga وفسحة كما العالم.
What was it like the day everyone started coming in?
Lo que sea, esto es un jaleo muy grande. Han hecho un alboroto total.
So now we have another person going back to Morocco. When everyone came through, they actually closed down all the shops because they were afraid of the towns were about to get looted. So when all the migrants came over here, they thought they were going to get food, they were going to try to get jobs, but all the stores were closed. Everyone just came through the border. They swam from the Moroccan side. Those floaties weren't there at the time, so they all just swam in or walked across the border here.
They were swimming and walking through these rocks.
Someone crossing.
So right now you have a group of people trying to swim in right now, and then you also have people being taken back into Morocco.
What an absolute
from
joke.
The Spanish police. While people are actively trying to swim into Spain right
I
now.
love how people are trying to figure out what happened. The Muslims want to conquer Europe, and the Europeans want to import infinite Muslims because they get leftist votes. It's actually pretty simple.
You actually have them also sending the people back to Morocco at the same time. Looks like you have the Navy out here. Where were they out the day when everyone came through?
They came the day after this ship.
Oh, great.
In order to provide support.
And how did you know that people were going to start crossing into Spain the day that they did? Because you came all the way from Madrid.
Yeah, I came all the way over from Madrid by car because from Monday I started to see in the news that a little amount of people was doing that.
Hey, Patriot, I'm putting sharks in water.
But not at this dimension. It started slowly and then got completely out of hands.
And so you saw it ahead of time, but the military and the police didn't.
Correct. That's a good point. I didn't think about that, but yes.
So you think they could have done something to stop this?
Yeah.
No shit.
They could did something before.
By the way, they could have stopped it because 80,000 people came at the same time. If they would have, and I'm not saying they should have done this, if they would have done one drone strike, every single one of them would have turned around and left. All right. If they would have had 3 dudes with machine guns on this beach, their entire fucking country would be safe. I'm just saying, by the way, if they put dogs on the beach, it would be over.
Beforehand, for sure. That's why all the Spanish people think that this was kind of coordinated.
As we get away from the border, people are still in floaties coming across. You have all these people sleeping here in the back of this shop right here. And now you have lines of people.
They literally destroyed this country.
Waiting to get food. What did you think when you saw all these people coming across? Would you say this was an invasion?
Yes, an invasion is armed with weapons. I think this is an occupation because they are not coming with weapons. But it's an occupation, for sure. The people.
I don't know why invasion requires weapons. Weapons are normally required because you'd think that when you invade another nation, they'll try to stop you. These guys literally don't try to stop them.
People from Ceuta.
And if you try to stop them, they'll arrest you. This is like the most obvious betrayal I've ever seen in my entire life.
They couldn't even eat. They couldn't even go to the supermarket for.
And the Pope is like, we needed coexistence and dignity for these people. Oh my God, dude. I can't believe the Pope is controlled by the Jews.
3 days, the people of Ceuta was suffering this situation. They couldn't go to supermarket, they couldn't go to the pharmacy, they couldn't go anywhere. They couldn't go to the street because a lot of security, a lot of big groups of guys hanging out in the street.
And now we're coming upon a big group of men, and there's no woman. I haven't seen a single woman going back.
Weird, huh?
Coming.
1% was woman.
So here's.
I mean, to be fair, like, can you imagine like a Muslim lady with like a giant burqa, like trying to swim, and that entire fucking bathrobe shit just starts floating around everywhere? Like that would not work. So I mean, to be fair.
Everyone coming in right now. Looks like they're opening up shops for people to come in and get some food. Is everyone from Morocco? Todos son de Morocco? Everyone's from Morocco. ¿Y por qué vinieron aquí? Why'd you guys come here? ¿Por qué vinieron?
بس الرجعوا for trabajo, for mangiare, for كل شيء. No tengo Marruecos, no mangiare, no trabajo.
Morocco's a shithole, so we're here. They're doctors and engineers, ladies and gentlemen. They are here to make Western civilization flourish. They're goy-looping, ladies and gentlemen.
How old are you guys? ¿Cuántos años tiene?
23.
Me llamo Hamza. ¿Cuántos años? 21.
Pregúntales si estaba organizado desde Marruecos o por redes sociales.
لا لا ما قالوا الناس في تيك توك كل المغرب ومالي تخلونا المخزن
The police in Morocco, they told them to come.
Right now we
Raw.
this young kid translating for us. We just asked them if they came through because of social media and TikTok, and they just said that the Moroccan police let them in. Why'd you come here to Spain? ¿Por qué vinieron aquí a España?
This church will be. Look, I'm not saying this like to be rude here, but the chances of this church having a random fire situation that is not ruled an arson is very high.
porque no tengo vivis a Marruecos.
¿Y por qué?
Porque no tengo vivis, no tengo trabajo, no tengo dinero.
The situation here is getting a little dicey right now. Everyone just comes out yelling. Nobody really knows what language. I'm speaking English, Spanish.
I see someone in the chat saying I don't hate Moroccans. I don't hate Moroccans either. I just don't know why they're invading Spain. I mean, I do know why they're invading Spain, and I don't like that.
They're speaking broken Spanish and Moroccan.
Amigo, gracias.
I cannot wait for Spain to give Moroccans area. Maybe they can give Palestine an area too. Wow, Spain is going to be so cool. They're going to have a little Moroccan headquarters, a two-state solution. Maybe they'll give half of the mainland Spain back. Dude, these people are absolute insane nutcases.
Muchas gracias.
Ahora a Londres, ¿dónde vas?
Amigo, Marruecos.
Europa.
Para Europa.
Europa. Todo
¿Qué
Europa.
parte?
Nosotros todo Europa. Hasta, te digo yo, hasta Rumanía. Rusia necesita mano obra barata, Marruecos manda. Derechos humanos. No hay Marruecos, no hay derechos humanos. No, pues vamos a buscarlo. Hasta en China. Derechos humanos.
So here you have a group of them that all came through from Morocco. Where are you guys going now? Paris, Londres.
Sí, Barcelona.
Alemania, Bruxelles, Belgica, Denmark.
They can go everywhere. Who needs borders? This is just future Muslim land anyway.
Holanda. Ya mi amal, I love you.
And how old are you guys?
El mundo. 28.
He's 28. 28. 21. ¿Por qué mujeres no vinieron aquí?
Mujeres a la casa, como dice en el Islam.
All these men right here.
Women stay in the house. That's right, baby.
Not a single woman inside.
They got to raise the next generation of invaders.
He said something about women in Islam. What does Islam think about women?
Yeah, he was saying that Islam
that's a good
says
one.
that women must be kept at home.
So they leave all their wives back in their country where there's no money, no jobs, no food, but then they come here all by themselves?
Correct.
You as a woman, how did you feel seeing 40,000, 60,000 migrants come across the border here?
Me sentí amenazada. No podía salir con el bebé. No podíamos.
Why not? Why does it threaten you? Huh? Why does that threaten you?
Salir porque yo vivo en un ático, pero tengo vecinos que vivían en el primero y tenían miedo de que saltaran a las casas. Es peligroso. Porque cuando vienen en avalancha es peligroso.
How do you feel?
Women be like, I'm going to vote to import 1 million people. Then women be like, I don't even feel safe. I don't even feel safe going outside at night. Interesting.
Feel knowing that the women here feel threatened? Amenazados.
I feel very, very angry. I cannot understand how we let our own woman live with fear, running to their homes with the baby. Like, I don't want to stay in the street. I go home. Thank you. I'm not gonna allow this. Any Spanish guy shouldn't allow this. If we are men, if we are real men, we should do something right now.
Yeah.
You're the only one out here.
I'm the only one here from Madrid. No one didn't came with me. No one wanted to come with me.
You think if strong men don't stand up for countries in Europe and America, they'll eventually fall?
Yes. If we don't wake up now, we will fall for sure. This is our moment. Wake up, Europe. Wake up.
Damn,
you think
bro.
it will take vigilantes to actually make a difference here inside of
I'm
Europe?
the fucking first vigilante here. They're gonna fear me. I'm sick of this push. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of seeing Spanish women, running away in our fucking own country. I'm sick of this.
The police here only came after it took place. They're not reacting to the cause. They're not reacting to what actually caused it to happen.
They're not reacting. They are under the orders of the government. They cannot do anything. It's only the people in the ground, only the citizens can do something. Citizens, wake up. This is our moment. We need to wake up as citizens, as European citizens.
Now we got word that there are people up in the top of the mountain hiding.
And there's nothing he can do about it, man. What's he gonna do? Whatever he does will wind up with him in jail. They arrest you for Facebook posts in these countries. Like, oh my God, the soy milk is truly rotting their minds, brothers. Their minds are getting rotted. This is what anti-God philosophy does to you. This is what Enlightenment liberalism does to you. It just lets you get absolutely steamrolled and raped by invaders. That's it, man. That's it. And then they'll sit there with their morals. Pedro Sanchez made a statement. We have to learn to coexist with them. Learn to coexist with them? Holy shit, man. It is unreal. And that's what happens when you have no moral compass. When your morals are Marxist. When your morals are just oppressed versus oppressor. Oh, they come from shitholes, therefore they must be right. All cultures are equal, guys. All cultures are the same.
From the police, so we headed to the tip top. Because of how the situation got, people left the border and they started heading up the mountain of this small city, and now they're up top here in the mountain. This is where they're sleeping and staying away from the authorities up here on the top of these mountains. They're coming down right now. You have a group of them coming through right here, and this is where they're sleeping to stay away from the authorities. Right there, they had that man running away. So they're staying up here inside of the mountain, and then they're staying away from the authorities. There's another one coming out of the mountain right there.
Dude, if Nick Shirley could find them, the authorities could find them. The reason why they're not finding them is because the Tuscan Raiders will vote for the leftists that promise them free shit. Okay? That's why. Bro thinks they're in the mountains. Oh yeah, they're in the mountains hiding from the authorities that literally let them in and don't deport them. Brother. They're in the mountains because that's where the goats are.
And now the military's coming through right now. Military just came through, yelled at the person, now they're running back up into the mountain. Look, now there's another one coming through the mountain right here. Everyone's just coming out, popping out of this mountain right now. 2 guys right there, another guy right there, another guy right there. 3 guys just popped out of the mountain. And this guy just ran right into the bush. And the other guys who just ducked out of the mountain just came and jumped into this brush right here. Morocco? Barcelona?
I love how they're not even embarrassed about it. They're like, yeah, I invaded from another nation to conquer yours. What are you going to do, deport me? You're literally run by homosexuals.
So now all these guys are just coming out of the mountain. They can't get food, but they all have cigarettes somehow.
K-pop. Beautiful language.
So aquí.
ضاربين ضربونا با الله اكبر اشهد ان لا اله الا الله واشهد ان محمد رسول الله قوله.
No. And right now they have people going on runs.
No, I'm not going to repeat that actually.
Sticks to fight off anybody that potentially comes their way.
Oh, that's not an invader. That's just a guy with a stick coming to beat the shit out of you.
How crazy it's getting right now here. You have people living up here in the mountains. There's 20 people living behind that bush right there. These guys are all going to Madrid, and runners are running around with sticks.
And they are never leaving.
To hit anyone if they try to attack them on their run.
Yeah.
In Spain, are you guys able to have guns? Can you own a gun?
No, it's forbidden.
Bro,
But
that's the first thing the commies do. They take power away from the people. Like, there is no fighting back. I hope you understand this.
military people and police, they have their own guns, and I know a lot of people here is bringing their personal weapons.
So if you're like that runner
Durga Muhammad Jihad
right there, who doesn't have a gun, you're carrying a stick.
Yeah, correct. He's carrying a stick. A lot of people is carrying sticks. Groups of local people with sticks everywhere.
Is that not the most embarrassing shit you've ever heard in your entire life?
Everywhere, everyone, for security reasons, man.
Wow, so not guns, but sticks.
Yeah, not guns, but sticks, like in the medieval.
Welcome to Europe.
Welcome to Europe.
That's right, baby. Europe is a bundle of sticks. For more colorful commentary on Patreon.
To the medieval age.
Why do you think your politicians are allowing this to happen?
If they allow this to become the third world, they know, people in power, they know that they will be able to do whatever they want. They will increase their power because a ruler in the third world is a real ruler.
And so you're saying in a first world country where there's order, that way the politicians
can't vote out the leader of Morocco, the king of Morocco. That dude is not getting unelected.
Politicians can't take that much power.
Yeah.
Because there is order.
The thing here is that people in power know that if they...
Let me just remind you, these guys are condemning us for killing pedophiles in Iran. All right, let me just remind you, these guys are saying that Iran should have the right to get a nuclear weapon. Let me just remind you, the people that are criticizing us
become the third world, they will increase...
These dudes are fighting for the Palestinians. Oh, yeah.
Their power and their money even more. That's the thing, because they can control the society in an easier way. I mean, if you keep this full of third worlders, you can do whatever you want if you are in power.
And your prime minister right now, according to Polymarket, he has the second best odds of becoming the prime minister again, but his odds are very low on Polymarket. But your prime minister just created a way for over 500,000 migrants to get legal status here inside of Spain. Do you think your prime minister Sanchez is trying to up his odds and his probability of becoming the prime minister once again by importing all these migrants?
Yeah, because he knows that he has a strategy, a very clear strategy. He gets the money from the taxes, from the working people in Spain, and he gives away some help to these migrants, and then he easily can get boats. He's basically buying boats.
That's right.
Basically buying boats. That's all about that. It's all about power and money. People in church only want to have more power and more money. And the easiest way to do it is to fill this country with third worlders.
So right now on Polymarket, Pedro Sanchez actually has a very low probability of winning this election, but he has created a way for over 500,000 migrants to get legal status here inside of Spain, and then they'd be able to vote. As we're driving through town, all the shops are closed down right now. This shop's closed. This shop's closed. We have the shop owner right here standing outside of his store. The military's coming through the streets right now. This shop's closed. This shop's closed.
Pharmacy.
This shop's closed. All the shops here in downtown are closed right now. You had one shop that was open and the shop owner was standing outside of it.
All of the businesses...
Bro, the soldiers are going to start pouring out of those trucks with sticks.
Closed, yeah. Because they don't want to be robbed.
Now we're at a cemetery, and here at this cemetery, you have a group of migrants who have taken the cemetery. There's a fountain over there, a fountain over here, and a fountain down below. They're using the cemetery to shower and clean out all their clothes. So this is...
Oh my God! It's like it's unbelievable, actually. Like, this is how I would write it. This is how I would write it if I was writing fiction. Oh my God! They will use your oak door as firewood. Your universe means nothing to them.
This is quite literally where they're showering. They're using the cemetery to shower. Kind of a representation of what's actually happening here. The people died for this country, and now you have migrants that are showering on their graves.
Look at that.
Crazy to think about. You as a man from Spain, to see that migrants are now showering on the dead graves of people who died for Spain, how does that make you feel?
If my ancestors, these are my ancestors. These, all of them, are my ancestors. If they wake up...
Your heritage actually does matter, by the way. All right? Understand, your heritage actually does mean something. One of the great lies that the modern homosexual left is pushing on the world in this global garbage is that your ancestors don't mean anything. The past is not really relevant unless it's when the white people are bad. The past does not matter. Your ancestors don't matter. Every culture is the same. Your culture is irrelevant, and therefore importing 1 million cannibals will not at all be a detriment to your society. In fact, the food might taste better. And this is literally the gigantic lie that they push on you.
If they wake up, they will say, "This is insane. This is insane." Send them back immediately. Immediately.
And now right here, it looks like the military has grabbed a group of the guys that were up in the mountain. Now they're all coming down, being walked down the mountain right now.
Very forceful.
And once again, not a single woman in sight. This is all just a group of men right here, all being escorted down the mountain from the Spanish military. There's another group back there as well. And right here in the mountains, we have another group of people who are getting pushed down the mountain from the Spanish military. It looks like the Spanish military, the Spaniards, are starting to do something about.
Bro, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. It's very obvious what the Bible says about this kind of thing, actually. It's so sad. It really is. It's so heartbreaking every single time when you see this. Like, yes, obviously, you are, do not blaspheme God or curse the ruler of your people. You know, obviously, man, your nation matters. Your people matter. It's so sad watching them sell this civilization. It's unreal. It's unreal. And then everyone quotes, do not mistreat or oppress the foreigner, for you were foreigners in Egypt. Bro, this is talking about legal foreigners, not invaders. Brother, if you actually take 2 seconds and read what the Bible says about invaders, all right? It talks about obliterating the Amalekites, the Amorites. It's heartbreaking because Spain is supposed to be godly country. Like, do you know why there are a lot of Christians that are named Jesus from Spanish places, but you don't have a lot of Christians named Jesus in, like, let's say, English-speaking places? It's because back in the day when Muslims were invading Spain, they named all their kids Mohammed. So there were tons of Mohammeds everywhere. So the Spanish fought back by naming their kids Jesus to say, no, actually, your guy is not welcome here. All right? This is what this nation was supposed to be about. All right? Spain is supposed to be a nation founded on biblical values, and they're throwing it away so that the invaders could come and rape their land. It's heartbreaking.
Out to this migrant crisis. It has gotten really, really bad. All these people are now fleeing, coming down the mountain, being pushed down from the Spanish military, and the police are coming up right now. As the police made a push to get everyone down the mountain, due to the sheer amount of people that crossed into the country when they opened up the gates, there were so many people and so many children that entered. We headed to a camp where there were tons of abandoned children. Familia?
No, una familia, sí.
¿Cuántas personas vinieron con usted? How many people came with you?
Es muchas personas.
Why'd you come here? ¿Por qué vinieron aquí? Why'd you come?
Quieren ir a España. Sí, a Madrid, Barcelona, cualquier sitio.
How old are these kids right here?
15, 16, 18, 15,
14 years old. And where are their parents?
It doesn't matter, because these dudes are gonna be there. These dudes are gonna be there. They're gonna have children. They're probably gonna be involved in. Okay, I don't want to cast aspersions on YouTube or anything, but if you read the actual grooming gang files in England, a lot of the rapists were 14, 15, 16-year-olds. You know, I'm just saying.
Cada uno a su cosa.
Are you guys nervous?
Tranquilo.
Lamine Yamal or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo. ما كاين لا لامين يامال لا رونالدو. الوالدة تعيش الوالدة.
I didn't know what questions to ask him. So I was like, Lamine Yamal or Ronaldo?
Gracias.
Adios.
Shukran.
How old are you guys?
Me llamo Anas, 21, soy Marruecos, no trabajo, no. Viva España.
15.
You're 15 years old.
15 years.
Sus padres?
Español.
Papá y mamá في Marruecos.
No papa, no mama.
عمري كنز ساكن في فاس جينا لهنا باش نمشيو لإسبانيا.
Morocco is beautiful. حنا الدراري ديالنا ما عندهمش مستقبل تما فهمتيني خاص.
So here they're all showering. This is where these guys have set up. They're showering out of these buckets right here. It's actually really sad to see this. This is how they're cleaning their clothes.
It's unreal.
This is where these guys are getting their water at to shower. They're showering out of buckets right now. They're getting it from this pipe underneath the street right now. And they're all showering, washing their clothes out of this bucket. It's actually just really sad to see that this is what the situation's like here at the border of Spain and Morocco. They're using laundry detergent for shampoo. We finally found our first 2 women here this whole entire video. How come you came to Spain?
Pedro Sanchez.
Pedro Sanchez good?
Sanchez good.
Why did you come to Spain? Communist, dumb fuck, let us in. Very nice, very good.
Viva
Very good, yeah.
Viva España. No Morocco.
How old are you?
17.
He's 17 years old.
17.
And
only 15.
15.
Morocco no trabajo, no school.
So all these guys here, like Pedro Sanchez.
Don't worry, guys. They will be getting taxpayer-funded room and board here in Spain. And isn't that great? Isn't that lovely?
People are saying that he's the reason why all this is happening. And these are the first women we've seen this entire video. Why flip-flops? Everyone's got flip-flops. To swim. We found out where they're all living. 13 years old. So all these kids are coming over here. 13 years old. This kid's 14, and they're all here by themselves.
Menores.
Y padres, mamá, papa?
No, mamá, no papa.
This is insane.
No, Marruecos للشارع. No family.
And every liberal white woman is screaming, "You're gonna deport children?" Fuck yeah, we are.
So now we came. Wow, this is where all the kids came over. I have no idea what they're saying. ¿Qué está la situación en Morocco?
No travel, no school, no hospitality, no school. No AIDS, no AIDS.
No food, no eat.
No AIDS. No more.
Yeah, vamos. All right. I'm putting a lot of trust in these kids right here. Wow, this is where they're all at down here. This is between the border of Morocco and Spain now. We're literally right by the border wall. The border's right there. ¿Qué pasa? Look, these people are just getting shade underneath the cars. That's how bad the situation is right now.
Brother.
The kids are here, quite literally doing anything just to get shade right now. No food, no water. The police are down here. ¿Quién habla español? Español. All right, we're looking for someone who speaks Spanish. This is a crazy situation right now. I'm looking for someone to speak Spanish. No one speaks Spanish. Everyone's saying over here they speak Spanish, but no one speaks Spanish.
An entire community in Spain that does not speak Spanish. Yep, these people are going to contribute to society. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I have no idea what's going on right now.
This is literally a Rust server. All these guys getting here. It's insane. It is insane. They're all celebrating Pedro Sanchez for letting them in.
Pedro Sanchez.
Pedro Sanchez, gracias.
Pedro Sanchez. Viva España, viva España. Viva España. Fanatic, solo fanatic.
By the way, this literally completely destroys the narrative that the left pushes every single time. Oh, the migrants are only coming because they're coming from a war zone and we started a war. There's no war in Morocco. Oh, the migrants aren't trafficking children across the borders. They are literally trafficking children across the borders. Oh, it's not like it's being done on purpose by the governments to let them in. It's literally done on purpose by the governments to let them in. And they are literally getting taxpayer-funded everything. It's unreal.
Le roi d'Espagne.
ولت تحياتي
I have no idea what's going on.
تحياتي ترايد رينكو الحومة الزاوية نواسي.
I have no idea what they're saying.
تحياتي نواسي الحومة الزاوية.
¿Quién habla español?
جا واحد ما كيدوي اسبانيول.
We're picking up quite the crowd right here.
I love you, Pedro Sanchez.
Oh,
Pedro Sanchez, I love you.
English? Yo hablo inglés. Why'd you guys come here to Spain?
For better chances, better opportunities.
As if every single nation has some sort of obligation to give you those better opportunities. Wait, Spain is just Muslim daycare now? Like we need to make believe this is normal?
We were not working in Morocco.
Oh, I just wanted a nicer house, so I moved into your living room. Sorry if that bothers you, but that's just how it's working now. I deserve your living room.
We came.
You came?
Everyone came and we came.
How many of you came? How many?
Pedro Sanchez.
Me and my friends were like four. We're four.
Four of you guys came. And what do you guys think about Pedro Sanchez?
Pedro Sanchez. قول له راجل مزيان. قول له
Pedro Sanchez.
Good, very good. جيد.
Bueno.
That's right.
Bueno.
Mucho bien. Gracias.
Viva Pedro Sanchez.
Viva, bravo. Pedro Sanchez, I love you.
And what do you plan? Where are you going now?
And who are you voting for in the next election, Pedro Sanchez?
We can't go nowhere right now.
They should take us somewhere.
Where do you want to go?
They should take us somewhere. They should take us. Wouldn't you like if these guys colonized England next? Wouldn't you like that?
What part?
I don't know.
And how old are you? How old are you?
17.
17 years old. And what do you want to do with your life? What do you want to do for work?
I want to study. I want to finish my studies in Spain.
In Spain.
Yeah.
And after.
Bro. You do realize you know how bullshit this is. They're making believe that of course there's no way to study in Morocco. This is not true. There are a lot of very educated people in Morocco. There are people in Gaza that got medical degrees over the pretendicide that's been happening there for the last couple of years. Okay, do you understand? Do you understand there are people getting college degrees in Gaza now? And you're telling me that these people needed to invade Spain to study to get a master's degree in jihad? Get out of here, bro.
Spain, where do you want to go?
I'm not sure. I just wanna go to Spain right now.
And
this is the goal right now.
The goal is just living in your country and getting your taxpayer-funded home and board. That's the goal.
How do you plan to get out of Quetta?
Quetta?
How are you going to leave? In a boat?
Through asylum.
Through asylum.
Yeah.
Through asylum. Asylum means you're running away from a war. All right? You're not running away from a war. You see what I mean by they co-opt these words? You're not an asylum seeker. You're literally trying to colonize another country because you like it better because your country sucks. Right? That is literally what you're saying right now.
What are you fleeing in Morocco? What is life in danger in Morocco, or how come you want to leave?
You want my opinions on Morocco? I can say that. It's stuff. It's stuff.
Are people dying there? Is it dangerous?
People are dying. Yes, of course. People are dying from hunger, from not enough work opportunities.
Get out of here, bro.
So right here we have people just sharing water. Like, this situation is so bad right here right now. No one even knows. Señor, ¿hablas español?
Sí, hablo español.
English? Oh, how are you? Good. Where are you from?
I came from Paris.
You came from Paris?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you
I'm
journalist?
Yeah.
And what do you think about what's going on here?
It's horrible.
It's very bad.
It's very bad. Very, very bad. So bad. I don't know.
And how come you think they allowed this to happen?
Sorry?
How come you think they allowed this to happen?
Really, I don't know. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Really, I'm shocked.
He's a fellow journalist right here, and he's shocked.
Yeah.
This is a extremely dire situation. Lots of young people.
Yes.
These kids are all 14, 15.
They stay in shot of the camera at all time. They are just wandering around being in the camera's view literally at all time.
15 years old.
15, 12, 10, 8 years. I saw 8 years.
This dude's a libtard, by the way. I don't even understand how this happened. It's so bad, man. If only we had another million of these people, it would make our country so much better.
Really horrible.
An 8-year-old.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Thank you.
I can't talk.
Okay.
I can't talk. I'm not allowed to have opinions that go against the narrative. I'm so sorry, sir. I gotta go. I'm not allowed to have opinions.
Look, now we got people throwing clothes. I then headed to the center of the town with the citizen vigilante Mancia. However, within minutes, we were chased out. So now people here to feel safe, they're walking around with their dogs because Muslims do not like dogs.
Oh my God. Dude, that's crazy. Listen, another 60,000 Moroccans would fix all of this. I'm just saying.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Why don't you just make a two-state solution? Give the Moroccans a state inside of Spain. Well, have you considered this? Have you considered that? Wow. Dude, what the fuck?
Now we got people throwing stuff at us.
They're actually attacking him.
¿Qué hizo? Look, he's got the rocks now. He's throwing rocks. Oh, shit. They're throwing rocks.
This is attempted murder, by the way. I'm going to stab both of you. Because, again, you know the big issue is, what if the world understands that Muslims are invading Spain? Listen, Nick. Listen, you're in Spain. Don't you understand that This is just part of their culture. This is just part of their culture. It's a religion of peace, and if you don't like it, I'm going to kill you.
No. Look, now we're getting chased. He has a knife. He has a knife. He's got a knife. He's got a knife.
Just like that, we have finished our mission here in Spain. We showed you guys the truth of what was actually going on, and we finished with a knife. We finished with a knife chase down the hill, and then got escorted back up to our car from the Spanish police. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing. We're so close to 2 million.
Yeah, we're not going to deport the guy with the knife, but we will give you a ride. Absolute clown country. Sorry, Spaniards. You guys are cooked, actually. I'm sorry. I hope you figure this shit out, but it's bad. It is really bad. Buy a dog, I guess. You can't get a gun, so get a dog, I suppose. This is just a death of an entire civilization that's happening in front of our own eyes. All right, the Great Replacement theory is just a myth. It's a myth, guys. It's a white supremacist conspiracy theory. Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that shit, bro. The Jews are the problem. Yeah, the Jews are the problem. Yeah, the Jews are the issue here. Absolutely, no doubt. Dude, this is diabolical. Yeah, you should check out Nick Shirley. Great video. Just an absolute nightmare situation. Oh God, help us, man. We need another crusade immediately. ASAP. Then the Pope wants diversity and coexistence. Oh my God, bro. What are we doing? What are we doing? We are literally empathetically suiciding ourselves. It's diabolical. You got Muslims on Twitter being like, yes, I am a bioweapon of the Jews. Thanks for asking. Oh my God. And to think you would not know about any of this through mainstream media. You only know about this because Elon Musk bought Twitter and because citizen journalists are talking about it. You would not even know this was happening. And this, by the way, has been happening for years, decades. The Muslim Brotherhood, for those of you that don't know, literally wrote a plan called the 100-Year Plan. Look it up. It's a real thing that no one talks about. The 100-Year Plan, it started in like 1990 or something, where essentially they said in 100 years we're going to conquer the West, and we're going to do it through outbreeding them. We're going to use their immigration policies and their tolerance to invade their countries. We're going to outbreed them, and by the ballot, we will conquer their nations. And it'll be by the ballot or by the bullet. At the point when people start waking up and realizing there's an issue, there will be so many of them, there's nothing you can do about it. This is literally the Muslim Brotherhood 100-year plan. They say it themselves, right? That's the James Bond villain monologue that's talking about the actual Giga plan. And no, I don't think the 13-year-old people that are trafficked across the border know about this, but they are unwilling participants in a massive campaign. And it's unbelievable to witness. It's actually insane that this is going on under our noses. And I keep seeing people saying radical Islam, moderate Islam. The radical Islam is the snake in the grass. Moderate Islam migration is the grass. Man, I wonder why I'm demonetized on YouTube. The true architects for the destruction of the West are the anti-God heathens and hooligans that largely we have imported. All right, so we got to talk about the left literally falling apart, because today we have another episode of Cripple Fight. On today's episode of Cripple Fight, we have the moderate leftists against the radical leftists once again as they strangle each other for supremacy. So Shabbos Kestenbaum, who apparently, first of all, this is like if J.K. Rowling would name like a Jewish character in Harry Potter. All right, this dude apparently used to be a Democrat. He became a Republican after he realized that the left is all terrorists. And this is what he had to say about Zoran Mamdani.
A commission studying reparations in this city recommended cash reparations for people impacted in New York City. Would you support that recommendation?
First, I want to say that I stand by what I submitted.
Yes.
It's the truth.
Yes.
It's not a personal assessment. And we often think about slavery and the complicity in slavery as being exclusively to certain geographic areas of the country.
Right.
Here in New York City, we were very complicit. And so I look forward to whatever those findings are. I can't give you an answer in advance of them, but I can tell you that this is critically important, because this is also what it looks like to acknowledge what history truly was.
If
right,
a commission studying
of course, obviously, that is the case. Now, if Mamdani would like me, a white New Yorker who never owned slaves, to pay a black New Yorker who was never a slave, then I propose every Muslim in New York City, starting with Mamdani, should pay us all for 9/11. Please explain why the latter makes no sense, but the former does. Listen, man, the reality is we are living in clown world, true and utter clown world, and it's insane watching this happen. It really is. All right, Republicans, we believe in the First Amendment. Also, Republicans, let's ban Mamdani because he's Muslim and accuse him of being a terrorist. He literally loves terrorists. He supports terrorists. He wants to globalize the Intifada. He literally has dinner with terrorists. He goes to places where terrorists are all the time. And also, yes, actually, we can deport communists. Now, this is from the Hoge twins, alleged right-wingers. Like, these guys are supposed to be right-wing guys that are like, oh, yeah, I would never want to ban Mamdani. I would never want to ban a literal communist terrorist supporter. It's insane that we have to make believe that this is a normal stance to have. All right, now, Elon Musk even tweets out that the irony is too much here.
How are you going to keep people from taking advantage of that, that deal, basically, and is there going to be a limit on the number of items that someone can take that are discounted at that level from that essential basket?
So our RFP makes very clear that this is a program for New Yorkers to be able to put food on the table, not a program for people to be able to make a quick buck through reselling. I'm going to pass it over to our EDC head, G-Pack, to add some additional details.
Yes, I must give the mic to a Chinese woman immediately.
To make sure that we target New Yorkers, whether it be at sort of a library card-esque thing, and also we manage who's buying and that is focused on everyday New Yorkers. So we are mindful of that, and so we're going to make sure that we have all the things in place to ensure that that does not happen.
How are you going to keep people?
Yeah, so basically they have free government-run grocery stores. Free means that the taxpayer pays for it, by the way. So they have these free government-run grocery stores, and essentially they, how are they going to give it to people? Well, the people just need to show their ID. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't need an ID to vote, but you do need an ID to get Twinkies. Welcome to the United States of New Yorkistan. That's just how it works. That's just how it works. Now, the thing is, I am so worried about the black people and the women that are just too stupid to get IDs. Isn't that the Democrat talking points? The black people and women are just too stupid to get IDs, so we can't have that. So I think it's pretty racist to not sell Twinkies to black people and women who are just too dumb to get identification. This is insane. This is complete and utter insanity. We don't have to make believe this is normal. Now, President Donald Trump gives the perfect response to that.
Mr. President, New York City Mayor Zoran Mamdani is requiring an ID to access his government-run grocery stores. What then is your message to Democrats who do not want to pass the Save America Act and ensure ID at the ballot box?
This was just announced. Yeah. I heard about it. Yeah. Well, I wish they'd have an ID to access the voting booth. You know, they don't want to access the voting booth with any identification. We want voter ID, and we want proof of citizenship.
It's pretty simple.
He also had a thing where you had to have 2 different IDs to shovel snow during the winter, right? So,
yep, in New York they did that too. You need ID to shovel snow, but you don't need ID to vote.
That's a very fair.
It's almost like the left is rigging elections. That's crazy. No way.
Who are you with?
No way.
American News, sir. Very good. All right. Good question.
Mr. President.
Yeah, so anyway, interestingly enough, the Pennsylvania Department of State just conducted one of its biggest purges ever. Democrats lost tens of thousands of voters. It's happening. It's actually happening. Our work to clean out voter rolls is working. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. This is a massive earth-shattering earthquake of epic proportions. Wait until you see how close we are from flipping Pennsylvania from blue to red. All right, like, bro, and in New Jersey, it was just exposed that New Jersey was doing an unbelievable amount of fraud. 6,600 non-citizens were on the voter rolls in New Jersey. All right, like, we're finding this all over the place. Now, interestingly enough, this is Michigan Socialist. I'll let him introduce himself.
My whole name is Abdurrahman Muhammad Al-Sayyid. That's the whole name.
Yeah, I would deport him. I'm just saying I would deport him. I think he's he supports terrorists. He literally does. All right, this guy.
We need Democrats who have the courage to stand up to the power brokers in our own party, let alone Trump and his goons.
Triple fight!
We don't back down.
back down. We don't back down. With all due respect, if they go low, we don't go high. We take them to the mud and choke them out.
Yeah, so that's threatening to kill Trump. But no, obviously that's not what's happening. Now here's the shocker. Progressive Abdul El Sayed soars to a near certain chance of winning Michigan's Democratic Senate primary. He is currently sitting at a 98% chance of winning the Democratic Senate. Now, a lot of people are sad about this. In my opinion, it's kind of hilarious. And the reason why it's kind of hilarious is because he will almost certainly be destroyed by the Republican. We will almost certainly be getting a Republican Senate seat because this dude slaughtered the libtards. All right, in this episode of Cripple Fight, we might be the winners. All right, we might actually be getting a Republican Senate seat in a historically blue area because they decided to elect a terrorist supporter. He loves terrorism. He supports Hamas. In fact, he's always supported Hamas. The reason why Hasan likes him so much is because he loves terrorism. Now, this is Mehdi Hasan, another Hasan, saying, hey, you call yourself Dr. Abdul El Sayed, but you're not a doctor. Do you think that's bad?
You got attacked by your rivals for calling yourself a physician, not just a doctor, even though you don't have a valid state medical license in New York or Michigan, which apparently is what you need legally to call yourself a physician. Do you wish you'd just stuck to calling yourself a doctor, which you are, to avoid all of this controversy and attacks on your physician status?
You know, at the end of the day, it's not about whether or not I'm a physician or a doctor. The question is, can you see a doctor? It's not about my education. It's about whether or not your kid gets a good education. So I'm just not spending
that's a good
time.
line, but people would say it's also about, did you tell?
It's also about lying. It's also about misrepresenting yourself literally. That too, I guess. All right. Now, Hasan Piker lays out his vision for the Democratic Socialists of America in one of his new campaigns for another one of these radical leftoid terrorist supporters.
The reason why I brought up Michigan is because I think it was Michael Moore in 2016 who said, Michigan's not a swing state. And neither is Wisconsin. These are not swing states. They've been turned into swing states because they've left you behind. But we are going to bring back the working class to both Wisconsin and to Michigan.
That's right, baby. It looks like the radical left is fighting the cripple fight of their life. You know, the actual moderate leftoids are losing their mind. The Michigan imam and big El Sayed backer is pro-Hamas, Hezbollah, and Iran. That's weird. Extremist Michigan imam who hosted El Sayed urges followers to turn out to vote and deal the Zionists a blow. Again, this is what's winning elections now among leftoids, right? So the cripple fight is truly diabolical. Rastabaxis, thanks for the 5 gifted subs. All right, now it's pretty wild to watch this happen. Now understand, when the students are asked, hey, you're voting for a communist, what do you think of their policies? The response is absolute cinema.
Let's just say somebody who has raped a woman.
Totally.
Would you like them to be out in the street?
I think my answer is yes.
Yes, we have to abolish presidents and let the rapists out. Otherwise, the Muslims will... No, I'm sorry. I'm not allowed to make that joke on you.
Even though that's a challenging answer to say.
So if you got raped, would you like your rapist to be out in the street?
Well, like, let me finish. Because I have been raped. And they are out in the
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have. And by that, I mean, someone probably looked at her funny.
And I'm not sure, like, them going to jail is a solution.
Them? You didn't call your rapist him? Oh, brother.
To, like, whatever's going on inside their heart. Or even my own heart.
I don't give a shit about their heart. I do not give a shit about their heart.
That, like, contributed to that experience that I'm having. And I don't want more people to get raped. But I don't know for certain that going into a jail in the United States is going to shift anything inside of their, like, operating system.
Why does it keeps them away from other people? Hello. If her rapist was a white guy, she'd want him executed. We all know.
So that they'll make a different choice again.
Yeah, we don't care. We should castrate him, maybe. That's what I would do. I think we should castrate rapists, personally.
Wow, well, thank you guys so much for your time. And is there one last message you'd like to give the people about potential the rise of communism or freeing the people inside the prisons?
Just, like, free yourself from the own prison in your heart, and then maybe we can...
Yeah, these people should not be allowed to vote in a normal society. Now, Secretary Kennedy nukes Danabash on CNN. All right, like, it's true, total libtard destruction everywhere.
You are the HHS secretary, and you are
talking about things that lead to vaccine hesitancy in this country, and it is something that causes problems for people when there is not anything.
Let me ask you something. Do you see your job as ending vaccine hesitancy, or do you see your job as telling the truth to the American people?
I see my job as telling the truth, and the truth is that there is study after study after study. It's one of the most studied things out there in science.
You're repeating
and it is
like a parrot. You're repeating it like a parrot. I've actually read the science. Let's come back here and debate the science.
I'm not debating this with you.
Of course you won't.
No, because I'm not debating.
All you know how to do is repeat things that people told you and say, trust the experts.
That's right.
That's what you did during COVID. Now we know that Anthony Fauci, who was the expert, was lying about everything, about masks, about social distancing, about natural immunity, about the transmission from the vaccine, about the source of COVID. He was lying, and you were punishing people for not trusting the experts. And now you're rolling out the experts again to talk about something that you have no personal knowledge of.
Okay, well, guess what?
And this is why the left is losing. It's total leftoid genocide. So the terrorists on the left are gaining steam because the moderate left has just been absolutely spit roasted, destroyed on both ends.
But that is my job, to talk to people.
Your job is to tell the truth to the American public.
Yes, and my job is to get as much information as I can. And what we were doing,
skepticism,
what we were doing in COVID and still, with regard to these vaccines, is getting the best information, the best science that we can, and putting it out there. And sir, what you are doing is causing information to be out there that is not accurate.
Who was lying to you?
Damn, bro. And they cannot compete anymore. The marketplace of ideas has closed ever since a radical leftist killed the negotiator and shot Charlie Kirk in the neck. There is no more discussion with these people. None. We know they would celebrate our murder because they can't beat you in a debate. All right? Just understand. It is so over. The moderate left is dead. I hope you're aware of this. There are a lot of boomers that are still voting Democrat, but the moderate left is dead. All right? They are either converting to Republicanism or they are getting swept into the communist terrorist aspect on the far left. And they know that. And that's why the modern cripple fight is absolutely diabolical. Now, Bill Maher, I covered this yesterday, but I did not know the full context of this. Bill Maher yesterday essentially gave a scathing review of the radical left and said that the radical left are communists and that I am thinking of voting for J.D. Vance. He literally said that, which is insane because he's like a hardcore, libtard. But if you listened to him in 2018, you will have a very different opinion on what everything he is saying. So I want to make something clear. The moderate left is an anti-God movement, which is literally the broom for the radical left. All right. It is an anti-God movement. And therefore, the only conclusion would be trans surgeries, infinite child castration, genociding infants in the womb, brings in infinite foreigners to destroy our civilization because they hate our civilization. That's what the moderate left always has been. It has been the pathway for the radical left. And well, we've reached that point.
And finally, new rule: Donald Trump has told 1 trillion lies, but when he says the Democratic Socialists of America are actually communist, that's not one of them. I'm not voting for anyone who thinks the wrong side won the Cold War or cheers for the Intifada like it's the World Cup. I'm just going to say it. Since the far left,
he's right. He's right about all these things. He's like, wow, the radical leftists are just terrorists and communists. That's so bad.
Far left is overwhelmingly made up of affluent, ultra-woke white people. You raised your kids wrong. You told your precious brats that every brain fart was genius, and now those brain farts are becoming Democratic Party policy. Get your
he's right. He's spinning. He's so right.
Head out of your ass. I would vote for Sarah Palin before this shit. And we know what the...
All right. So he was right, right? He's saying good shit. You are raising your kids wrong. He says with a scathing review. Bill Maher, you are the problem. Because any anti-God movement inevitably pushes this infinite enlightenment, liberalistic, absolute asswipe
Republicans are going to be running on? Socialism. You can't vote for Democrats because they're socialists, and socialism is a work camp in Siberia.
This was him in 2018 saying that, oh, the Republicans are calling the left socialists. Really? Well, who's calling the left socialists now?
And one thing Republicans are really good at is they get in a room together, they come up with a line of bullshit, and they all repeat it over and over and over until even Tommy Lahren can do it.
And they were right about everything. And yes, and the Democrats are socialists, and they were lying about COVID, and all the things were true, actually. Wow, it's kind of weird how that happened. Wow, it's so weird. Yeah, they just repeat the lies again and again, and all of a sudden, yup, and you, sir, are the problem. That's right, because I think the moderate left will never understand why they are the issue, okay? They will never understand, because they don't understand that what makes our civilization great is the biblical values that our civilization is founded upon. Freedom of speech, the ability, the right to bear arms. These are concepts that are inherent to biblical policy. All right, justice, law and order, these are biblical doctrines. There is an inherent moral right and wrong that we believe in when we created the United States of America. Now, the reality is, these people will never understand that what makes our country great is the biblical foundation. They think that what makes our country great is that, well, I can consent to cut my balls off, so then I should be able to do that. Isn't that awesome? And that's what they believe in. Their God is consent. That's it. If you consent to get killed by a doctor, you could do that. You consent to castrate yourself, that's fine. You consent to murder your baby in the womb, that's okay. They have no right and wrong moral compass. They always will be the broom of the radicals. And they don't know it, and they'll never learn, actually. So some people deserve to be broke, apparently.
This is another girl that used to be really pretty. She's used to having every guy agree with everything that she...
That's right. That's right. It's all the same issue. It's the heathens.
She says
heathens.
Now that she's older, people aren't willing to do that anymore. She's on financial audit.
I was a 911 dispatcher. I was a 911 dispatcher. I'm actively applying for other departments.
Why aren't they accepting you into these positions?
Oh, I was going to say, why are they accepting women altogether? But I guess Caleb Hammer is not there yet.
I may have caused some waves when I left my
Oh, for f***'s sake, what the f*** did you do?
Spoke more directly than everybody else.
I literally have your notes word for word. That America is a racist and misogynist country. How are we misogynist at this point?
Oh, we're built on...
She is a woman police officer screaming about misogyny. In any normal society, we would not have female 911 dispatchers. Okay? Like, let's be honest. That shit is just a taxpayer black hole. All right? I just want to be real here for just half a second with you. By the fact that we have female police officers, it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that we're not misogynist. It means that we're stupid. Okay? It means that we have worshipped the god of liberalism a little too much.
A patriarchy. This whole...
At this point, we can always look back. We're talking today. How are we misogynist specifically today?
Misogyny is built into everything.
Like,
I love how no one actually has any examples of any of these things.
Being pushed to hire women at this company when in content typically men work disproportionately more on the video editing side. I'm being pushed to hire a less qualified person because they're a woman, just so we can have more women here. I am being pushed.
Think about if Caleb is feeling this, imagine what every single video game studio is feeling.
I mean, wasn't it just exposed that the whole Blizzard thing was all fake? Right? There was this gigantic scandal about how Blizzard, a gaming company, it turns out all of that was just, there were all these sexual abuse allegations. All right? Apparently people were going there. I'll find that for you right after this.
The misogyny. You want me to hire a less qualified person because they're a woman?
No.
Then where's the misogyny?
In elected office, women make up 50% of the population, but only hold like 30%.
Get more to run for office.
It's
not misogynistic.
Dude, these people all do that. It's like, actually, despite the fact that women are, 50% of the business owners, women are only 6% of the billionaires. Like, yeah, so I guess women should be better at business. Like, what the fuck do you want from me?
Have a woman run for office, yeah.
They wanted to represent them.
A lot of people.
But also, I think that there's still too many women in politics, to be honest. I'm just saying. I'll just be real here. I think that women are fantastic and empathetic people that are really, really good at raising kids, and men can't raise kids the way women can. But I don't think women should be in politics for the most part, or in the judicial system. I don't think we should have female judges either. In my opinion, my opinion is, I have an office, and it's called the kitchen. No, I'm kidding. But you know what I'm saying.
Who don't vote for women because they're women.
How many women do you think voted for Hillary Clinton because she was a woman? They think that this is one directional.
They didn't lose because they were women. You are going to find women literally online on TikTok just as much as those people who will not vote for men because men are evil.
That's right.
I will equally
That's
find
fucking
that.
right.
What is it, please? Okay, get your point. Get your point.
So very specifically, there's an Amazon warehouse, and I just saw a Walmart one right next to it the other day.
Crazy.
Oh my God.
Built off of a 2-lane road, but that traffic now,
Okay, actually,
it should be Amazon's responsibility. That 2-lane road wouldn't be a problem if Amazon wasn't there.
These are the most privileged people on the planet. We have to get rid of these people. We have to get rid of these people, man. We cannot have these people vote.
It's actually impressive. I've never witnessed someone so far left that they're actually advocating for degrowth policies. I've never seen someone sit and in real life
somebody is so left-wing that they think that the companies should own the roads. That, to me, that's not even horseshoe theory. That's just a fucking circle.
Warehouse? Why is it the warehouses?
It's because they don't believe in anything.
Whatever.
Responsibility.
Because
it's the
there's
city. Or the state.
They're building in. They should have some sort of responsibility in
They
it.
pay taxes, property taxes, which those warehouses certainly do.
Isn't it crazy how people are discovering taxes just through logical deduction? Now we're arriving at what are taxes.
First principles.
I get it.
It's your city's fault for not allocating the resources properly. Advocate for that. Girl, there's lots of things I can complain about Amazon for. Some of the working conditions with heat, that shit was bad.
I'm not saying they should be fully responsible, but they should.
They're paying taxes. They're paying taxes for that infrastructure.
They pay a lot more taxes
if the city
than
decides
you
to
do.
not upgrade it, that's on the city.
Yes.
Vote for someone different.
It's so crazy that something this obvious is just IRS actually explained to her that she owes hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're on financial audit because they don't even understand taxes.
Bro.
That's actually a really good point. I mean, you are kind of shooting fish in a barrel here. You're going on financial audit and expecting people to understand a tax system.
Yeah, no, I think that the reason why Cripple Fight has gotten incredibly popular is because normal people are realizing that your average leftist is fucking stupid as shit. All right? Their brain is dumb getting fucked by stupid. All of their orifices are just overflowing with dumbassery. There is zero logic at all operating in the mind of a leftoid. They were taught what to think instead of being taught how to think. All right? And these people are mush in their brain.
You don't even understand your own fucking books. So, yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I love how everyone's like, oh, actually, maybe it's just her. No. So anyway, this is the Blizzard situation.
In case you didn't know, all of the allegations of sexual misconduct, abuse, harassment, and quote, frat boy culture were entirely fake, and the state of California even admitted that there is no evidence substantiating any of the claims. The entire controversy around Blizzard was set up by California to force the company to stop hiring white men, using Me Too allegations to strong-arm them. Some of the accusations were so bizarre and insane that they included theft and consumption of breast milk during work
I remember
hours,
that one.
a rape room named after Bill Cosby, sexual harassment to the point of an employee ending her life. All of these claims were essentially a theater performance over the fact that only 1 in 5 Blizzard employees were women. As a result, Blizzard agreed to pay roughly $18 million in fines and set up HR hiring practices that would discriminate against white men. Internal messages between California Civil Rights Division officials showed the entire thing was a ploy to send a message to the industry to literally ruin video games. Wow.
It always has been. It's always been an op every single time. Always been an op as an excuse to inject, invade, conquer, and colonize. The libtards are the psychological rapists that we've always said they were, and it's all coming to light. Thank God for the future, because it's looking bright. We are going to destroy these people, and the left knows it, and that's why the actual far left is taking over, because the moderate left completely lost. They lost the war of ideas. They lost the war of literally every possible thing. They've been exposed, dragged through the fucking glass shards to make it to this point, and there is no coming back for them. They have been swallowed by their radicals. And the cripple fight is only going to get more entertaining from here, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's the godless communists versus the patriots. In next episode of Cripple Fight Z. It's going to be big. It's going to be huge. I would put the communists with the aliens and predators in a giant Hunger Games arena and let them fight. I think it would be sick. I think that would be awesome. I made an entire video on Patreon why communism is satanic. You should watch it. There's no way that would survive on YouTube. Yeah, all my actual really hairy content is on Patreon right now. But I am doing my absolute best to keep you informed, people. I'm doing my best. Now, everyone's favorite gremlin is back in the news. This is like a classic example of everything that went wrong in Western civilization to lead us to this point. Now, remember, this is a person that thinks that they are oppressed, despite the fact that this person is literally a multimillionaire that does whatever hedonistic garbage she wants. All right, now, this is Ellen Page, and the Odyssey is going viral again. Reminder that you could go through as many surgeries as you want. You could buy the most expensive suits ever, but you will never, ever beat biology. All right, like, let's be real here. She looks like a house elf, okay? I'm not gonna lie. She looks a little bit like a house elf, or like those little goblins in Lord of the Rings that say, like, why can't I have some meats? You know those little goblin guys, like a little like Smeagol, except worse looking. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like she does look like a house elf, though. You know? Dobby loves cock, master. Master, can Dobby have cock? Harry. I love you, Harry. Bro, she loves an 11-year-old boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even lying. Like, I'm just being real. Dobby has to iron his balls, master. Anyway, so this woman now thinks she's a man because she cut her tits off. And anyway, everyone has to make believe we care about this. So she just went on like a generational run. Tons of interviews all over the place. And let's just say it is not going very well for her.
Always been like one or two in different, groups of chimpanzees that are, genderqueer and what have you. And he said that not once has he ever seen them be treated any differently. He's like, tolerated any less. And he was like, the only species that seems to do that is human beings.
Wow. So you mean to tell me that there are gay ass monkeys and the other monkeys don't discriminate, but we're smarter. That's why we know to discriminate against gay people. I'm sorry, that was obviously a joke. We don't discriminate on YouTube. But yeah, we are more intelligent and evolved, or whatever you want to say, than monkeys. So therefore, we know that actually it's really weird when queer people do their queer shit. All right, I'm just saying. That's because we're better. Now, I love when people use this argument. It's like, homosexuality and queerness is actually completely normal because, as you know, chimpanzees also do it. It's like, yeah, chimpanzees also fling poo at each other and eat each other. All right? It's like, and rape each other. Okay? So, like, what even is this argument? Like, this argument is like, we must revert to monkey. Like, are we on the same page? Like, this is craziness. Like, these people are all completely delusional. It's like, actually, monkeys are gay, so therefore gay is natural. Yeah, well, monkeys rape, so is rape natural? Like, again, this is complete insanity. There is no logical basis to any of this slop. It's literally just infinite hedonism every single step of the way, bro. Every single step of the way. Master, Dobby doesn't want to wear female clothes, master, please.
And that also really, really stuck with me. And so I think both things to me are in many ways about possibilities and new possibilities. And I think, of course, as trans and genderqueer people, that is something we
She means people with mental illnesses, by the way. I'm just trying to help you understand.
offer, which I think is so beautiful and exciting. And of course, on some level, yeah, it does threaten a status quo that is harmful and is about dominance and control.
It's about dominance and control, that mentally ill people. Don't be scared, Master. 42% of Dobbies take their own lives, Master. Dobby is
And
Master.
so yeah, I would say those are
Dobby needs a vasectomy, Master.
parts of the documentary that have really stuck with me.
And when
Oh my God! Jump scare of the lifetime. Dobby lost his cock. Brother, holy shitballs. Anyway, so we have to... I think that making fun of this stuff is actually beneficial for Western civilization. I'm doing this for society, all right? Like, this is a clown show, man. Like, what are we even doing here? This is insanity. So, anyway, the truth of the matter is, if we are making believe that we could cast, like, Elliot Page as, what's it called? Achilles in the Odyssey, and we could change the random, like, ethnicities of different characters, like making Helen of Troy. I want to see Ellen Page act as Obama in an upcoming Obama documentary. I think it would be amazing. All right? I'm just saying. Or Ellen Page could be like the Joker in an upcoming Batman movie. You know, pulls her pants down and is like, you want to know how I got these scars? You want to know how I got these scars? And it's like, Joker, we don't like pedophiles here, Joker. I'm joking. I'm not saying that Ellen Page is a pedophile or something. All right? I'm not making that statement. All right? That is not what I have to say. Anyway, so it actually gets worse. If you can imagine, this interview gets even worse.
The natural world and what we learn in biology class and in terms of it seemingly being this cis heteropatriarchal system is, I don't know, however we'd say that, is...
You know, I'm just realizing, who the fuck is actually watching this podcast? Who's like, yo, I love this podcast. This is my favorite podcast. I love this podcast. The House Elf Experience.
I feel used against queer and trans people in terms of us being made to seem maladaptive. There's something wrong with us.
42% of you kill yourselves. Okay? There obviously is an issue. Okay? Hello?
We're
not real, we're fake.
Or we're some modern thing, which is, of course, we know that's not true. We've been, everywhere forever, I feel like
yes, mentally ill people have always existed, true.
Trans people were just constantly being gaslit.
Yeah, actually, he does make a good point. He, she, I don't even know, like, where we started here anymore. But this individual makes a really good point. Trans people always did exist. That's so real. Like, for example, in Deuteronomy, when it says that a man that dresses as a woman is an abomination against God. Or when it says in Deuteronomy that a man that castrates himself is not to be welcomed into the congregation of our Lord. So yeah, it always did exist. Like when the Bible called you an abomination. So true. Dobby hates Deuteronomy, Master. Dobby has left the closet behind.
By people, and it's baffling. It's human beings are the only species that are, ridiculous enough to seem to have a huge problem with.
Yeah, human beings, the only species that don't like rape also. Anyway, so the Odyssey interviews just keep getting worse.
So this is an interview with Christopher Nolan about the Odyssey. I saw a lot of people talking about this. There's 14
Oh boy, it's gonna be bad. 14 million
views. Holy shit.
Hello, Mr. Nolan.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Filmmakers are bards of the modern age, just like the Greeks know of Odysseus because of Homer's narratives. We know of the Batman, the Joker, and Oppenheimer because of your narratives. Homer tells...
That's a little sad. The only reason why we know about Oppenheimer is because of Christopher Nolan? Bro.
Stories of distant past. So Homer's tone was celebratory. It was victorious. He celebrates the victory of the war, and your tone is emphatically not. My first question is, does that say something about our age? Are you a bard for a civilization at dusk?
What an insanely great question. Why the fuck did you shift the idea? Like, do you really think that the Greeks returning home from the Trojan War, they were like, oh man.
For me, I don't think I'm completely at odds with the way Homer's telling the story when you look at it from a sort of historical perspective.
Really? You're not at odds at it whenever you make Helen of Troy black?
Yeah.
Having worked on Oppenheimer before this, which is very much a film about the end of the world, it definitely carried that sensibility into this adaptation of the Odyssey.
One thing.
Why would you carry the themes of Oppenheimer into the Odyssey? Why would you do that?
Thing that captured me was that the concept of atonement doesn't exist in Greek culture. It doesn't exist in the Greek language. It doesn't exist in Homer's Odyssey.
That's right.
It exists in your Odyssey.
That's actually a really good point. Atonement, and I've said this for a very long time. The idea of atonement and forgiveness and stuff like that, it comes from the Bible. It comes from Jewish or Christian backgrounds. It does not come from secularism. Secularism and paganism do not have this concept, which is why the left is a purity death cult, which is why the left will cancel you and you'll never be welcome back ever. You will never be welcomed back into the left. You say the N-word, it's over. They will destroy your life. You have an opinion that doesn't go with the flow, you're cooked. It's donezo. They don't believe in forgiveness because they'll call you a Nazi, they'll try to kill you. They do not believe in the concept of redemption. Redemption is inherently a biblical trait. The Greeks didn't have that, obviously. They were pagan.
A natural question that I had, did you Christianize the Odyssey? Why did atonement become important?
I'm so glad that, isn't it so fucking annoying that we have to rely on the Chinese to uphold Western civilization?
I think it's a really good question. I think the idea of atonement, in a way, is what we bring as viewers to the story. I don't know whether there really is atonement in the film. It's not a deliberate attempt to, for example, Christianize it, but it's an outgrowth or it's a natural conclusion of burrowing in on this philosophical idea of what happens when you break Zeus's law.
We live in an age that demands apology from greatness.
Yeah.
We live in an age that demands apology from greatness.
Bro, she's murdering him.
Yeah, exactly.
Great storytellers, when they portray greatness, and Homer celebrates it. We turn greatness into privileges and we demand apology for it.
She's literally spinning.
That's
She's right.
Hollywood, and I'm just wondering if
little tiny Chinese lady just absolutely shreds this man.
As one of the greatest storytellers of our age, is it still a story of apology?
When you're talking about storytelling, you're always in conversation with the expectations of the audience. So it really is an energy that's brought from the audience as well as an energy that's put forward from the story itself. Yeah. Are we going to treat greatness as an absolute, or coming from a democratic, coming from a more idealized philosophical state that we live in today's world, where we want to view
It's absolute. Yeah, I don't like this outlook.
You people as equal. Do we have to apologize for that greatness? And the answer is
people aren't equal.
Yes, we do. Or the audience rejects the greatness.
As you were speaking, first of all, I like how
you must apologize for being badasses in all of history. That's right, baby. Your ancestors were fucking awesome, and you have to apologize for that.
Audience rejects the greatness. I think that he disproves this by himself with his own Batman movies. Bruce Wayne is the quintessential great man. This is a guy that has everything in life. He could have anything that he could want in the world, and he still gives back, and he still is Batman. And I think that really that is the idea of the great man. Really not a fan of this interview. You know, the idea of apologizing for greatness, etc.
I disagree. I actually am a big fan of this interview. She slaughtered him. I'm really glad that this is out in the open like that.
Communists have more love and deep-seated respect for Western civilization than Westerners. Think about that.
It's because ultimately China does love and appreciate its background. I mean, I don't like China. I don't like the communism or anything like that. But China is proud of its heritage. And that's something that the West is scared of. In my opinion, it's because the anti-God coalition in the West, also known as the left, hates God. They hate our civilization based on biblical values because Satan is running the show. All right, now we get into Nux conspiracy theory, but I do believe that this is a spiritual war. China doesn't have Satan trying to convince them to hate their past because their past was pagan anyway. So Satan doesn't need to bother those guys. Satan is more than happy to have China be proud of their ancestors, whereas Satan very much doesn't want us to. That's my opinion. But hey, that's just a theory, a conspiracy theory. But I think that there is a spiritual war going on, and I think that our civilization absolutely exists in a weird divide where you have the either the pro-God stance, that loves our civilization and wants us to flourish. And then there's the anti-God stance that wants it destroyed. And I think this is fundamentally the gigantic cataclysm between our society. And it's in everything. It's in absolutely everything. It's why there will be no crossover when it comes to debating abortion. I will never see eye to eye with the leftoids that think it's okay to murder children. I'll never, ever see eye to eye with them on that. No matter how much we want to debate and discuss, and they'll bring graphs and show images of fetuses and say, oh, this doesn't look like a baby. And they'll show you whatever fucking image they want and come with whatever study on the planet. I believe there's a soul there. And they don't believe a soul exists. And there will be no crossing that chasm. And the truth of the matter is, I feel like there is a divide like that throughout the entire Western world. And unfortunately, the entire media sphere is run by the anti-God communists. And we have to destroy them. We have to absolutely obliterate them, first and foremost, by making this conversation point a lot more popular in the public zeitgeist.
It's because a lot of the people in China, do you really think they don't know what the Odyssey is? Do you really think that they don't know about European history and what happened? Of course they fucking know about it. Like,
never trust a man that sits like this, by the way. Every man that sits like this is a closeted homosexual. Or a communist.
So, yeah, of course they're going to see that stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah, man, it is diabolical. Anyway, I'm starting to realize that maybe YouTube demonetized me for a reason. I could be wrong here. I could be wrong here. But I feel like they demonetized me because they don't like this. They don't like that I have this opinion. They don't like that I say this shit out loud. But unfortunately, I don't think I'm violating any guidelines, despite the fact that I am unemployed. But very much thank you so much for being here on this journey with me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support on Kick, on Rumble, on Patreon. You people are absolute legends. If you want to watch exclusive content, it is on Patreon. I do multiple videos there a week, 3 to 4 videos a week. And if you want to see the streams, which has a lot more content, I mean, look, this ultimately is a small part of a large stream where I make a lot of house elf jokes regarding Elliot Page, which we will not get into on YouTube because I don't want to get nuked from orbit. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you guys. Deus Vult. The Crusades are still going. People just don't know that yet. The only people that seem to not realize this is going on are people in the West, because the rest of the world seems very, very aware and very, very keen to destroy us. Unfortunately for them, though, we have God on our side, and Allah will not save you. So thank you for your attention to this matter. If you could subscribe, that'd be very appreciated. All subscribers, very welcome. Thank you so much. Look, this is a 2-hour video on Nuxanor. This is like a 4-hour stream. So if you want to experience the whole unabridged, uncensored version, check me out live. I am streaming on Kick and also hopefully coming soon to Rumble. All right, I'm working it out. Maybe even tomorrow. I might even, or today, for all you know. It'll be great. It'll be amazing. So I very much appreciate all of you for being there and for being around. You people are awesome. I'll see you in the next one. Deus Vult. And remember, tell your mom that you love her. That's right. Call your mom and be like, hey, Mom, I love you. And your mom will be like, Son, is that you? The only person I speak to are Indian people trying to get my Bitcoin. And you'll say, no, Mom, it is me. It's your son. I do love you, actually. Or if your mom is not around / dead, well, that sucks. Bye.